To describe the event in one word, without a swear word, would be inspirational.
My name's Danny Wallace, and I am the Queen Bee. I grew up on the council estates of Preston, and I was furious when I found out that the Queen was born the Queen. So I set about creating the I Am the Queen Bee movement to help more people show up, wise up, and rise up and reclaim their birthright to success. There's this quote that goes, aerodynamically, bees should not be able to fly. Their little wings shouldn't get their fat little bodies off the ground. But bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Bees fly anyway. So I wanted to create a space and a community where we can do what bees do when they're building something new. And that's festoon and link arms and help each other.
Community is really important, knowing that when people are talking about their experiences, it's not just you're not alone, there's other people that resonate and there's other people that you can help.
It's just about soaking up the atmosphere and being part of a community that supports each other.
Be Inspired is a 6-month mastermind that culminates in the most incredible personal and business development event where you take to the stage and share your mission and your business message.
It's been amazing. I have never done anything like this. Never ever thought I would, but because of Danny, I have. And I have genuinely loved it.
This is the place to be. It's so inclusive, and actually it's there to help you mentally, physically and emotionally.
There's nowhere else where you'd ever feel so held and so safe.
I would love for you to come and get involved with Be Inspired so we can get you using your superpower hidden in plain sight, your voice, to take up the space you deserve in the world with your mission and your business. I can't wait to hear from you.
And with the swear word, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as inspirational.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Rise Up, Rise Up show. Let me bring that back a little bit closer. Let's hide the mess in my bedroom. That's what it's there for, isn't it? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Rise Up, Rise Up show. I hope you're feeling good. Oh, is anyone else absolutely made up that spring has definitely sprung? Like wherever we've been over the course of this weekend, we've been able to see like the crocuses and the bluebells and the flowers, and it just makes me happy in my heart. I don't know about you. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling that kind of awakening that happens when we kind of come through the winter. We get through the first kind of drizzly, rainy bit of spring. I don't want to jinx it because we are here. I'm coming to you from the UK. And if anybody mentions that, oh, it's nice and sunny outside, all of a sudden something will happen, it'll rain, or it's April. For the last couple of years, we've seen some hailstone in April. We've seen some sleet. I mean, anything can happen. But today, I'm grateful for the sunshine and I'm grateful for you guys. How are you doing? Lindsay McLeod, good morning to you, my angel. I hope you've had a beautiful weekend away with your lovely other heart. Sarah Parr, good morning to you, my darling. If you are watching along this morning, please do say hello. What I would love to know from you guys is, what's the weather like where you are? What's the weather doing? We've not done this for ages and ages. Nothing beats 2020 April for weather. Yeah, I know. We were blessed, Tracy. Like for all we were having to keep inside, it was beautiful, wasn't it? For the first 10 weeks of lockdown, I remember it. Like we were worrying, weren't we? Because anything over 14 days of sunshine here in the UK, we start to worry a little bit. But yeah, I'm fingers crossed it's going to be nice. I'm hoping it's going to be nice and stay nice all the way through till Sunday, because on Sunday, I and many people who have decided to come and join us are going to be running, walking, jogging, moonwalking the Fly Anyway 10K at Heaton Park in Manchester and also in Staines in London, in conjunction with Sister and the Sister Network. So if you have not signed up for that, what are you doing? Come on, come and get, like, chuck some butties in a rucksack. Come and get a pack up and come and join us. You don't have to run it. I'm not going to make anyone run. Don't worry. Let me do that. But yeah, if you fancy a little bit of a free to get involved with IATQB meet up in the park, then Sunday's your chance to do it. Sunday's absolutely your chance to do it. Get yourselves in the car, chuck your kids in the car, you pooch if you've got a pooch, and come along and join us in the middle of Heaton Park. We're going to kick off the run at 11. So we're going to be meeting, we're going to be there from about 9 o'clock, 9:30. Getting all set up and ready, getting our tents there, getting the first aid tents there, and all of that sort of stuff. But we'll be milling around and hanging about for. Thank you for away. Maybe I'm next up. Yeah, Samantha, you should come and join us. Sarah Gormley, my angel. I know you said, like, let's see what I'm doing depending on the time. Do we need volunteers to help? Yes, we need marshals. We need huggers. We need people to help cheer us on. We need Prosecco at the finish line is what we need. But that is this coming Sunday at Heaton Park in Manchester. But please do. Come along. Don't feel like you've got to rub it. If you do want to come and walk it and help us with the sponsorship, you are more than welcome to. So more details on that coming up in posts on my social media across both LinkedIn, I say both, LinkedIn, Instagram, here on Facebook, on my personal profile and my business profile. We are going to be sharing all the ways that you can get involved. Even if you just come and meet us there with some butties and give us a little wave, it'll be lovely. The park is amazing. I went there yesterday with the kids to come and work out, we've got the route worked out, but to actually walk the route, make sure we knew where we were going to put all like the signposts and things like that, make sure we knew what was going to be happening with the sort of the congregational village in the middle, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was really lovely to go and see. There's like a little fun fair, there's a beautiful lake, there's ponds, there's cafes, there's the most incredible parks. Like the parks are brilliant there. So I think a nice, fun, family free, lots of F's there, day out for IATQB. Come and get involved. So today is the Short Rise Up show. On Mondays we show up, and today I am not showing up on my own. All through this week during the shows, and also in a series of lives at times you might not expect. I am going to be going live with previous Be Inspired alumni and Be Heard alumni to share with you their experiences of both before the process, during the process, and indeed after the process. And one of my friends, I say she's my friend, she's beyond client, she's still a client, we still work together, but she's one of my dear friends now. And because what happens is when we work together as close as we do as part of a mastermind such as Be Inspired, we get to know each other pretty well. And the majority of my clients become incredible and very close friends. This guest this morning is absolutely no different. I could not be more proud of my guest this morning for everything that they've achieved over the past 18 months, 2 years that we've known each other. Please welcome to the show at Rise Up Show, the very glorious Louisa Herridge. Good morning.
My gosh, do I look a bit orange?
I think it's like just the lighting in your room, babe. I think it's the lighting in your room.
Light.
There you go.
You
look like you've been on your holidays, babes. You look like you've been on your holidays, which is no bad luck. Let's be very honest. I'd love to have been on my holidays.
I've got up early and I've had a shower and washed my hair and dropped Emily off at school. I'm like living my best life today.
I love how fresh you're looking.
Put a bit of bronzer on and didn't look in the mirror.
It's your lighting. It's definitely your lighting. You're not in Oompa Loompa. You're not in the cheesy what's it situation just yet.
Oh, it's lovely to see you.
Good morning. I'm serving up some like late 80s, early 90s vibes this morning with the shirt and the I'm feeling fresh too this morning. I wore this yesterday and I like the outfit so much. I thought I'm wearing this for sure tomorrow.
I usually wear outfits twice in a row, but usually because they're on the floor.
They're easy to get at if you're in a rush, right? So, Louisa, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm always chuffed to have you on the show. One of the joys of having been a part of the Be Inspired Mastermind is that sometimes when I'm not able to make the show, you are one of our standing hosts, which is such as your talent as somebody to hold space on a live stream, which is not really something that you was doing prior to us meeting.
No, when I can remember the first time they were like, we need somebody to host the show. And I got nominated because I have this weird thing where I'm like, I know I can do it. Like, of course I can do it, but I'm going to pretend that I think I can. Say, Louisa, you should do it rather than just going, I'm doing it. Whereas I've changed a lot since then. Like now I would just snap your hand off. But back then, because I was still in teaching and I was in this this field where it wasn't good to be the best. It wasn't
Right.
good to push yourself forward. Like nobody celebrated being great. It was like it's better to be average. So yeah, what a difference. But yeah, the first time I hosted the show was amazing. And I've got like lifelong friends from it now, because I can remember Amy Blaney, Joe Wildsmith, both of them first came across me when I hosted your show. And straight after, they were both in my inbox. And then they've both come on to be clients of mine and are both now lifelong friends. So yeah, you've just got to grasp all your opportunities, haven't you?
I love that. I love that. And I love that one of the things that you do now is stand in front of those opportunities. And even when they feel really big and hairy and audacious, like even this week, like you've been nominated for a nationally recognized business award.
I've not just been nominated, I've been put in the finalist.
You're in the finalist. Yeah. I mean, even that kind of one step closer. The Business Success Network are amazing. And Stacey Calder and all the crew, huge shout out to them. But we are going to be there cheering you on. IATQB have a table. We're going to be cheering you on. We're very excited. We are very exciting, but we are very excited for you to be cheering you along. Louisa, do us a favor. This week is the last week that people can get involved with Be Inspired. So I thought, if I can have as many people as possible come on alive and come and share their experiences and come and share the good, the bad, and the ugly about being involved with Be Inspired. And I thought a perfect way to start is you, because your journey has been jaw-dropping, like phenomenal to watch.
Yeah. Well, it was my Be Inspired anniversary at the weekend, the 23rd of April. Shakespeare's birthday, St. George's Day, and the day we took to the stage. So this last week has been the most glorious week, because all the time hot memories are coming back, because like we will always have our special Be Inspired pandemic bubble, because no you'll never replicate what we had. No matter how much you charge, because it's priceless. Because as much as being out on that stage, and I must admit, when I see people up on the stage, I'm jealous that I never got that stage experience. But I loved our studio experience and the whole process. It saved me. And you know, with the pandemic, you actually forget/delete how bad that time was.
Right.
And when I joined, it was September 2020. So we'd come out of the worst of the pandemic as we thought.
Yeah.
Then it got worse again, didn't it? January, February, when we went back into that lockdown. Sorry, this isn't answering your question, but it's dead important.
No, it is. It's all relevant. It's all relevant to the kind of experiences that we create together as a team and cohorts.
And my Time Hop brought a post. This is why I love Time Hop, even though it brings like ex-boyfriends from yesteryear back. I do love Time Hop.
You can delete them when they pop up. Oh yeah, I don't want that one.
That's what I do. And it was a post, and I'd forgotten that this was a thing, saying how held and loved I'd been in that mastermind container on the Wednesday evenings. And I didn't miss a single one. I was there every single week. And it was when we were in that January, February, awful, because we thought we'd got a bit of life back.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we
snatched away from us again, weren't it?
Snatched away from us. And we were all having to homeschool then. I was homeschool teaching because I was back at school. Oh, it was just horrendous. So the mastermind was more than speaking for me. It was a lifeline. It was a community. It was a family. And I've said this. I put the article that you was printed about you, that I put a comment in the other day. I found my staff room, like for years in teaching, the staff room was always dead negative. There's always someone moaning. But like when I'm in the audience at Be Inspired, I look out there and I'm like, this is my people. This is my staff room.
This is my break space. This is where we have our downtime together. This is where we have those in between conversations.
And I'm not limited by location anymore. Like you can be connected and be friends and be inspired by people from all over the world. So when I joined Be Inspired, like the monetary investment made me want to vomit. I'm not gonna lie.
You were scared, right? We had a couple of conversations. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Scared. And I spoke to the amazing Beverly Futia, and I had a conversation with her, and it was the money. And I had some money in the bank because I'd sold a house and I'd made a bit of money off it. So it was there, like, la, la, la. And in the
Burning
past,
hole.
I just spent it on a holiday, like, but holidays gone. And I invested in me. And I remember that conversation that we had is you're backing yourself. And I just knew that this fire was ready to burn. Mama's Ignited didn't exist then. I didn't know what I wanted to be. Like, I'd done your challenge, and like everybody that's done the boot camp the week before last will know how I feel, because you end it. And I can remember when I didn't win the 1-to-1 with you, just wanting to cry. Because I just wanted to work with you so much. And I know everybody that's in your world feels the same. And as much as you're very modest about it, it is true. Like, everybody wants a piece of you. I remember thinking, well, the lower price one's this. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to pay that, I may as well pay that. And if I'm going to pay that, oh, sod it, I'm doing that.
I'm all in.
I'm all in, because this isn't to put anybody off. Sorry if this is counterproductive for Be Heard.
All right.
But for me, as somebody that has been on stages for years, like I've been an actor, I've been in musical theatre, I've been a teacher, I've led countless, assemblies and this and that and leadership. But so for me, it was the draw of the stage to be getting up on that stage, and to be able to speak for me. So yeah, as much as the money was a bit of a mind, because at that point I'd not done any money mindset work.
Right. And that was the first time you'd have invested that sort of money in yourself as well.
God, yeah. Like the year before, I'd had some life coaching and was like vomiting at £60 a session. I was like, and when she said we'll do it on Zoom, I was thinking, well, that's a waste of money doing it on Zoom. If I'm paying 60 quid, I want you in
the room. I want a room.
Yeah. So I've not invested it, but it was kind of a bit of like a gut, like your instinct. I just knew that I needed a dramatic change in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't really know where it was going to go. And I also, because I'd not seen a Be Inspired before, I actually didn't realize that people used it for business in the way that they do. Yeah. I thought it was more just like a speaking thing.
I just want to speak.
Yeah. And then when I got in our first like mastermind sessions, I was like, oh my God. I've told Kate this. I was like so intimidated by Kate Davis,
Kate Davis.
Honestly, I was like, who do I think I am? Like, why am I here? Because I didn't have a business, but then it just made me even more determined, and I created a business. I created a brand.
You literally from this. It started like this, and then it got like this, and now you've got this. Yeah. Mama's Ignited. It's an inferno, isn't it? It's a whole movement you've created.
It was the total opposite of imposter syndrome. So belief syndrome. I had 100% belief syndrome. Like, there was not a single part of me that didn't think I could succeed. Like, I knew I could. I and I knew I just had to do the work. And the doubters were there. It was, you guys held me when I handed my notice in as a teacher.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I made the decision on one of our mastermind calls. Like, so when I say it was life-changing, like, it is not a cliche. It changed my life. Because if I'd not been held in that space, I wouldn't have had the capacity to grow in the way that I have.
It makes me feel dead emotional when I think about it, because what you deliver now changes lives.
Yeah.
And I think that, the reason why I do this in the first place is to help people, realize and get that unshakable belief in themselves. That is still a roller coaster. Like, there are, we're still working in the business world. We're still working in the service space. Yeah. And some days we have great days and some days we don't. Some days we have brilliant weeks and we think we can take over the world. And even I get that sometimes. But that unshakable knowing on the inside that what you're creating is game changing for the people that come across you. If I look at your cohorts for your programs in what you teach, and I look at the change in those people, my sister included. My sister came and jumped into one of your programs, and she's far too close to me to engage in the stuff that I do. Like, she'd shout at me. Because you do get those loving kicks up the backside. You get those real frank conversations where you go, look, I'm your mentor, but I can't make this decision for you. This is your decision to make. And there's only you that can make it happen as well. Like, no matter what you invest in anything, there's only you that can make it. And what you did is you decided that once you got skin in the game, by God, you were playing it.
Yeah.
And that's what we've seen since. And you've gone on and, you know, you've worked with the incredible Abigail Horn. You're an Amazon bestseller. You've got micro books out. You've got, you
Yeah.
hold your own events now where,
Yeah.
you know, you pack out rooms, and the support that you get from your community is amazing. Sarah Gomley just saying, Be Heard really helped my confidence so much. Like, just seeing like all of my
that was
alumni.
when I first met Sarah. We were in the same Be Heard together, and and then she was at my event from a book launch. It's just awesome, and it gave me that sort of platform, but then I crashed off it as well. You know, it's then that I say I didn't have imposter syndrome. My God, I've had it since, you know.
Yeah.
And the level up, you know, each time I've had it recently, I've had to take like pretty much the full 2 weeks off. Yep. Because I was just so burnt out and tired from writing the book to launching the book, yep. Like constant. My positive psychology, my new course that kicks off tonight, my Sparks, like so much. But like, I'm so, like you say about clients, like Melanie Gizzy, her new challenge starts tomorrow. If you've not checked out Mel, go and check her out. OMG,
she's amazing. We love Mel.
And she was one of my clients on my Sparks and Impact. And then to see her go on to launch herself, like, and she's worked with, it's just awesome. Like everything together is just amazing. And, you know, for anybody that is on the fence for Be Inspired, you know, don't get yourselves in crippling debt over it.
Yeah.
If you can make it work, look at the long game. The return on investment isn't going to be in the 6 months that you're in the mastermind, but the longevity of it. Like, if I'd not invested that money, I wouldn't have had the confidence to write a book. I wouldn't have had the confidence to then create a brand and, you know, deliver courses. And I now wouldn't be working with the women that I'm working with. I've got another book coming out in May, From the Ashes She Is Ignited, which is a collaborative book, because this is like my heart project.
Yeah.
So Mama's Ignited is all about women that have overcome adversity to rise. And I've got a group of 8 women that have written amazing stories. And, you know, it's all the different steps. So you might be going in blind. You might not know what Be Inspired is going to do for you, but I guarantee if you put the work in, you know, it doesn't happen for you. It doesn't happen by accident.
We do as much as we can in course, but the stuff that you learn, you've got to go out and do. That's the point. It's like when you work with any mentor, right?
Well, whatever cohort you get in, I guarantee they'll be your friends for life. You know, I know, like Alex Gaywood, she did Be Inspired off the back of me doing it. She was one of my friends, and she's got this massive connected network. It's changed her life. We were talking about it at the weekend. You know, so there's ripple effects away from the stage as well. It's not just the speaking. So anyway, I'll shut up now.
I could hear you talk all day about it, because that's the reason why I do it. It's and when we talk about reasons to do it, the reason you signed up wasn't the same reason that, say, Alex signed up, for example. David Grohl talks about, you know, when you've got a really good song and you sing it and people know the song, you can sing a song to 85,000 people, and 85,000 people will sing the same song back with 85 different reasons, you know, for 85, coming from 85 different thousand places. And that's what I feel like the Be Inspired journey particularly is, that we get people like you who have a real solid skill already, a real solid talent with regards to speaking, and then it's honing that and making that fit for purpose and fit for everything that you want to create in your life. Then we get people who are just starting out, who are brand new, who, like Alex, for example, it was a real dragon to slay for her. It was for her to stand in front of a crowd of people and say, here I am in my wholeness, in my messy selfness. And that's okay. For her, it was a personal development journey. For other people, it's a way to network. For other people, it's a way to elevate the position of status as expert if they're already an expert. You know, Lizzie Jackson Barrett, you went to go and see Lizzie Jackson Barrett at the weekend, who went on to do, it was interesting. That was a tale of two completely different people. Sarah Turner from Little Bo Sheep in the first instance never had any designs whatsoever to do a TEDx. It was not on her vision board. When she came to work with me, it was about, she wanted to be able to get better PR, speak about her brand and her business a little more meaningfully, so that she could, I don't know, so that she could grow a business. So it went from kind of being local to being scalable. But she is now like sought after with regards to what it is that she's speaking about. Lizzie had already done a TEDx. Lizzie was already an established speaker. So everybody comes for different reasons. What would you say, Louisa, your biggest fear was when it came to it wasn't the first call where you experienced your biggest fear. It was in between your first call and your second call and signing up with me, because we had quite a lengthy conversation, didn't we, on that second call? What was you scared of?
Other people's judgment. Other people thinking I was crazy, thinking I was wasting my money.
That makes sense.
People.
And those fears, what proved to you that it was unfounded?
Well, they didn't have a clue what it was. So how could they judge something? They'd not been in the challenge. They'd not been in the group. They hadn't done the research that I'd done. In fact, I didn't tell anybody. I made the decision by myself. I decided that, it was, I was 40 years old at the time. Maybe I was 40, how old was I? Don't know how long.
A million years ago.
A million years ago that I was going to do it. But it was people in work, people that I worked with. I was in a very much of a who does she think she is place. Like I couldn't even tell people, like I was an English teacher, couldn't even tell people that I was writing a book, but that's actually what had come before it. Actually, I've just remembered that I wrote a chapter in a collaborative book and I shared my story. And it was I'd shared my story of overcoming domestic abuse and breakdown. And I just had this urge in me, and the calling and the urge to do it was stronger than the naysayers. So Nikki Kinsella said something to me once, and I think this is just the best advice I can give to people. Your head can lie to you, your heart's a fool, but your gut never lies.
I love that. I absolutely love that. It's so true. Your body will tell you what's popping. Your body will absolutely tell you what's popping. One of the things that I love about the way that you used Be Inspired was how you still use the assets. You really went into it. Once we kind of started working together and we were looking at not your branding in terms of how your branding looks, because that was a piece of work that you'd done with somebody else. But we were looking at how you were talking about your branding and what your brand messaging was all about. And we did a lot of talking about that. And what you did is you took everything that we spoke about together and brought it to life. And so when we created your assets, those assets have become kind of evergreen, really, haven't they? Like you still use the photos today and all of that sort of stuff. How have you found utilizing those assets? Because that's the thing that a lot of people forget about, is the things that we create. The whole point of the experience is, yes, of course, it's to get you talking about your business, it's to get you talking and articulating out into the world so you can reach more people, make more money. But we've got the show reel, we've got the photography, we've got things like speaker sheets and stuff like that.
But the photography was just phenomenal. Vicky Head's obviously awesome. And that, because my messaging hasn't changed, and that's the thing, because, it's not changing, because it's just the same message is getting stronger. So I use the ironing board. You can sort of see where I am. There I am on the ironing board behind me there.
There she is.
So this idea of, surfing the ironing board, an ironing board is a surfboard that gave up on its dreams. So what Be Inspired did for me is it allowed me to scratch an itch, or itch a scratch, which way around do you say it? that had long since left me, because at university I was all over the feminist literature, feminist thinking, feminist literature. But in my life, I've never had the guts to say what I really think in real life, because of fear of judgment and people sort of putting me, I'm not being able to argue back, so to speak. So it was really important to me that I had that sort of, so my title was Life Was Simpler When Women Knew Their Place.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, like a staunch feminist rant, but I wanted to make a nod to that message, because it was really, really prevalent at the time because we'd just come out of lockdown, and there was all the stats, and there was that horrific advert where, you know, stay home, save lives. The man's just there on the sofa and all the women
He's there
are
having a little relax, and the woman's
are
doing the
ironing,
homeschooling.
But that actually did show a light on what was actually happening. It was the most accurate advert that's probably ever existed. Sorry to any men that did mucking out there. I know not everybody was the same, but the statistics were there. So it all came into one, because I had this wonderful symbol of the ironing board, the 1950s housewife, and I absolutely loved it. And actually last night I had my notepad and pen out, and I'm upping my game. I'm going to apply for TEDx next time, because
yes, you are.
I've always been I'm a real contradiction in terms I am, because I'm so confident and I will put myself out there and I will say, you know, I've got, no, I'll do it. But then I don't like that showing off, that competitiveness. It's the
jazz hands bit of it. Like, oh, look what I did that.
Like, in my heart, I know I can do it. I know I can apply for TEDx, and I know I can get a spot if 100%. I do the work.
Yeah.
But I keep putting myself off doing it. So yeah, so last night I had my notepad and pen out. But the asset, the show reel, it had the ironing board, it had the flames, like they got my logo and everything on there, which was just awesome. But when my book came out a couple of weeks ago, last month, I had a new show reel done, but I incorporated some of the footage from my original show reel, because it shows like the change and growth and who I am, and it's this surfboard, and you know, the ironing board's never going to go, because you know, people know me as the ironing board lady. I don't only ever want to talk about the ironing board. You know, I'm talking a lot now about obviously I'm a mindset coach, but a lot about resilience and growth and hope. You know, so I'm not always going to bang on about it, but it will always be at the core, like your bee is at the core.
For sure.
It's that metaphor of you can be more, do more, and have more.
Absolutely.
So the asset, I mean, I love my show reel. It's on my website. My only issue with it is when Vimeo downloaded it, the first scene is this.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know that like holding, whenever the screen grabs or screen pauses, it's the same for me. It's like,
I just look drunk. When you go on my website, there's this amazing pause of me like that. Yeah, no, it's fab. It's just fab. And the whole pros, I mean, the event itself on the day, and you know, the hair and makeup, and if anybody's not been in the audience, you know, you've got to get in the audience as well. Yeah. I mean, it was very, very, very weird being in a very sophisticated TEDx audience the other night. You know, I was
whooping, hollering,
I was like, when's someone going to chuck me an inflatable guitar, please? Like,
we do have a lot of fun, but that's the thing about being inspired is that yes, we work hard, but we play hard too, because that's how we learn and that's how we connect. Louisa, thank you so much for your time this morning. I am so grateful. Before we go, what have you got coming up next? Tell us how we can follow you. Tell us what you've got coming up next.
So I'm Mamas Ignited on all the socials. My new course is kicking off tonight, Sparks Impact Fire. But the next thing that you can follow me with is going to be the launch of my new passion project, my book that's coming out on the 18th of May. It's called From the Ashes, She Is Ignited. I've got 8 amazing ladies. It has been the most spectacular 6 months. And I promise I'm not just making this up. It is thanks to Be Inspired that this book is happening, because when I sat in the audience in September, I'd spoken to Abigail Horn in June about doing this collaboration. And I had the who do I think I am? No, who would want to publish a book with me? There's other people doing collaborations, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Who'd want to come and be a part of your book, right?
And I left Be Inspired that day, and I just thought, I'm just going to put it out there. And I did, and it happened, and it's being published soon. So yeah. So if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn at Mamas Ignited. I've got a group called Mamas Ignited for women who want to be more, do more, and have more. And in there, I've got loads of challenges, stuff going on, positive psychology stuff. So you come and join the group, and look out for the book coming out on the 18th of May.
Amazing. Louisa, I love you. I am so proud of you. I get to see you next week. I'm very excited. But yeah, thank you for your time today. I'll speak to you throughout the week anyway. 'Cause
Yeah.
I always bloody do. If have you got an affiliate link for anybody that's jumping in?
Do you know what? I forgot to say that. Yeah, I have got an affiliate link. The affiliate link for anybody that jumps in is a place on my course. We've got the orientation tonight. It doesn't start properly till next week. So if you do join, I assume the cart close is coming up anyway. On Friday. So you're not going to miss anything. It's my 6-week Sparks course, which is all about positive psychology, and it's mindset for success. So
amazing.
Basically, all the things that I needed when I started packaged into one course, which will get you through all the mind monkeys and everything so that you can enjoy the journey and not live in fear.
So it is a perfect way to kind of double up. If you have not already jumped in to be inspired and you want to get in touch with Louisa, she's got that available to you as well. Huge love to you, my angel. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I will see you soon. That was Louisa Herridge from Mamas Ignited, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If anybody does want to have a talk to me about Be Inspired or indeed Be Heard, which is the 8-week program that we run just before the mastermind kicks off, then please go to imthequeenbee.co.uk and click book, and you can have a little brew and a natter with me, or alternatively you can just jump directly into my DMs right now and we can set some time aside. I've got some time today. In fact, I've got some time all week this week for you to talk. The cart closes on Friday, so please make sure that if you are thinking about it, don't think too long about it. We are 7 spaces into Be Inspired, 14 spaces left. We've got 3 spaces gone, 8 spaces left on Pro, and as many as you like on Be Heard. But please do get in touch. We've got a number of people that are in the process of making money work and all of that sort of stuff. So there will be more places gone as the days progress. Please don't miss out your opportunity to be a part of the biggest and the best Be Inspired yet. I will leave you with the trailer to tell you a little bit more about it. But if you do want to get involved, drop me a DM. Come and get involved. Come and have a brew with me this week. Let us know in the Hive, what are your intentions for this week? What is it that you've got going on? What do you want to get out of this week beginning the 25th of April, which is apparently the perfect date. You only need a light jacket. Let me know in the comments if you know what the reference to which film that is. In the meantime, I'll leave you with this. Take care.
To describe the event in one word, without a swear word, would be inspirational.
My name's Danny Wallace, and I am the Queen Bee. I grew up on the council estates of Preston, and I was furious when I found out that the Queen was born the Queen. So I set about creating the I Am the Queen Bee movement to help more people show up, wise up, and rise up and reclaim their birthright to success. There's this quote that goes, aerodynamically, bees should not be able to fly. Their little wings shouldn't get their fat little bodies off the ground. But bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Bees fly anyway. So I wanted to create a space and a community where we can do what bees do when they're building something new. And that's festoon and link arms and help each other.
Community is really important, knowing that when people are talking about their experiences, it's not just you, you're not alone. There's other people that resonate and there's other people that you can help.
It's just about soaking up the atmosphere and being part of a community that supports each other.
Be Inspired is a 6-month mastermind that culminates in the most incredible personal and business development event where you take to the stage and share your mission and your business message.
It's been amazing. I have never done anything like this. Never ever thought I would, but because of Danny, I have. And I have genuinely loved it.
This is the place to be. It's so inclusive, and actually it's there to help you mentally, physically and emotionally.
There's nowhere else where you'd ever feel so held and so safe.
I would love for you to come and get involved with Be Inspired so we can get you using your superpower hidden in plain sight, your voice, to take up the space you deserve in the world with your mission and your business. I can't wait to hear from you.